video, we are going to talk about the graph of systems of linear equations using slopes and y-intercepts. So there are three possible graph ng systems of linear equation. The first one is parallel lines like this one, and then next intersecting lines like this one, and then coincide or same lines like this one. So there are some conditions para malaman natin if the graph of the system of linear equations are parallel, intersecting, or has the same lines. Okay? So kapag parallel lines, kapag sinolve natin yung slope and y-intercept ng system of linear equation, yung slope nila magkamukha or same. But the y-intercepts are different. Okay? And yung type ng system ng linear equation na yon is independent and inconsistent, and it has no solution. Kapag naman intersecting lines, kapag sinolve natin yung slope and y-intercept ng system of linear equation, yung slope nila ay negatively reciprocals. And they also have different y-intercepts. Yung type ng system of linear equation na yon is independent but consistent. And yung number of solutions niya is a unique solution. Ibig sabihin, it has only one solution. Kapag naman coincide or same lines yung graph, kapag sinolve natin yung slope and y-intercept ng system of linear equation na yon, they have the same slope and they also have the same y-intercept. Ang type ng system of linear equation, they are dependent and also consistent. Ang number of solutions nila ay infinite number of solutions. Ibig sabihin, madaming solutions na pwede to both the linear equations. So these are the three possible graphs of the system of linear equation. Now, let us give examples ng system of linear equations that the graph is a parallel line, an intersecting line, and coincide or they have the same line. So let's say we have the first systems of linear equation and the graph of this system is a parallel line. So how do we prove na parallel line nga yung graph niya? Mapuprove natin siya kapag yung slope ng system of linear equation ay same but they have different y-intercepts. So we will be getting the value of the slope and y-intercept of this linear equation. The fastest way para ma-solve natin yung slope is to transform these linear equations into the slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So first linear equation muna tayo, we have x plus 5y equals 20. So, transpose natin si x on the right side of the equation. We have 5y equals negative x plus 20. Now, to cancel out the coefficient of y, we need to divide the whole equation by 5. Okay? So, we now have y equals negative x over 5 plus 20 over 5 is simply 4. Now, observing this, na-transform na natin siya into slope intercept form, di ba? Pwede na natin i-identify yung slope and y-intercept niya, given that m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. In this case, yung slope natin is negative 1 over 5, di ba? So, ito yon. And then, yung y-intercept natin is positive 4. Next, yung second na linear equation. So, we have y equals 2 minus 1 over 5x. So, dito, ang gagawin na lang natin para ma-change siya into slope intercept form is pagpalitin ng position si 2 and negative 1 over 5x. So, hindi sila magpapalit ng sign kasi hindi naman sila lumipat dun sa kabilang part ng equation. So, andito pa din sila sa right side. What will happen is that, i-rewrite lang natin, mauuna dapat yung may variable na x. So, we have negative 1 over 5x, and then positive si 2, di ba? And then, ayan, naka-slope intercept form na siya. And we can easily identify the slope and y-intercept. So, yung slope is negative 1 over 5, and yung y-intercept mo is 2. So, observing the slopes, they have the same slopes, di ba? So, we can check this one. Same yung slope nila, parehong negative 1 over 5. But they have different y-intercepts. So, tama yung condition. Therefore, we can conclude na this system of linear equations, parallel lines nga yung graph niya. Kasi, yung slope nila ay same, but yung y-intercept nila ay different. We can also conclude na this system or yung type ng system na to is independent and inconsistent and it has no solution. So this is an example of a linear equation na mayroong graph na parallel lines. Now, let's prove naman na yung example number 2, yung graph niya ay intersecting lines. So kapag intersecting lines yung graph, yung slope dapat ng system of linear equations, they are negatively reciprocals and they have different y-intercepts. So again, katulad ng ginawa natin sa example number 1, the fastest way is to transform the linear equations into the slope intercept form. So the first solution, we have x plus 2y equals 2. Transform natin siya as y equals mx plus b. So transpose natin si x, it will become 2y equals negative x plus 2. And then, to cancel out the coefficient of y, divide natin yung whole equation by 2. We now have y equals negative x over 2. And then we have 2 divided by 2, that will result to 1. The slope of the first linear equation is negative 1/2. Okay? And then yung y-intercept natin is 1. Next is the second linear equation. So we have 2x minus y equals 4. So transpose natin si 2x. We now have negative y equals negative 2x plus 4. Para ma-cancel out yung negative beside y, divide natin yung whole equation by negative 1. Okay, so we now have y equals negative 2 over negative 1. So it will become positive 2x. Ito naman, positive 4 divided by negative 1, it will become negative 4. So we'll just write minus 4. The slope here is 2. The y-intercept is negative 4. Observing the slopes, we have negative 1/2 on the first one, and then we have 2 on the second one. Sabi, kailangan ng slope nila ay negatively reciprocals. So, si negative 1/2, ang counterpart ni negative sign is a positive sign. Therefore, tama yung sign. First one is negative, the second one is positive. How about the numbers? So, 1/2, kunin natin yung reciprocal ni 1/2, that is 2. So, therefore, we can prove na yung slope nila is negatively reciprocals. And then, they have different y-intercepts. 1 and negative 4, so different. Therefore, we can conclude na this system of linear equation, ang graph niya ay intersecting lines. Kasi yung slope nila ay negatively reciprocals, ang y-intercept nila ay magkaiba. Ang type ng system of linear equation is independent but consistent. Okay? And yung number ng solution nito is they have one unique solution. No? Most probably, kung saan sila nag-intersect, yun yung number of solution nila. So, kanina sa parallel lines, yung parallel lines kasi, hindi yan mag-i-intersect. Kaya, wala siyang number of solution. No solution siya. Itong intersecting lines, at some point, mag-intersect yung lines sa isang point. Therefore, example number 2, na-prove natin na ang graph ng system of linear na equation na to, they are intersecting lines kasi yung slope nila is negative reciprocals and they have different y-intercept. We now have our last system of linear equation. So, i-prove natin daw na yung graph ng system of linear equation na to is nag-coincide or they have the same lines. Okay? So, ang condition is dapat yung slope and y-intercept ng linear equation dito sa given, they should be the same. Okay? So, again, transform natin each linear equation to the slope intercept form y equals mx plus b. So, we have 2y plus x equals 2. Transpose natin si x. So, we have 2y equals negative x plus 2. Divide natin whole equation by 2 to cancel out the coefficient of y. So, we have y equals negative x over 2 plus 2 over 2 is equal to 1. Okay? So, the slope of the first linear equation is negative 1/2. The y-intercept is equal to 1. Okay? And then on the second linear equation, we have 4y plus 2x equals 4. Transpose natin si 2x, we have 4y equals negative 2x plus 4. And then divide natin whole equation by 4 para ma-cancel out yung coefficient ni y. So we have y equals negative 2x over 4 can be simplified as negative 1/2 x, no? Plus 4 over 4 is 1. So ang slope ng second linear equation natin is negative 1/2. Ang y-intercept niya ay 1. So as you can see, they have the same slope, they have the same y-intercept. Technically, this system of linear equation, ang graph niya ay same yung lines. Ang type of system is dependent as well as consistent. Ang number of solutions, they have infinite number of solutions kasi they will intersect sa lahat ng points. Kasi same lang yung line nila. No? So, madami silang solutions. This example number 3, they have same lines. Yung graph nila ay same lines because the slopes and y-intercepts are the same. Okay? So, that is how you identify the graph of systems of linear equation using the slopes and y-intercepts.